Hi, I'm Krystle. As a child, I was always nurturing and naturally loved dolls. When I became an adult and discovered Reborn dolls, my little family started to grow. There's Haley, Landon, Avery, Chloe, Shiloh, Grace, Jamie, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, and Savannah. Along with collecting, I have been a Reborn artist since 2008. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it's a lot of fun. Well, guys, it is morning again, and we have spotted Elfie in a new spot. Looks like she was trying to do some climbing up our post here, pillar. Jeremy spotted her as I was walking him around this morning. And I don't know if he's really sure what to make of Elfie. Look at his face. But yeah, there she is. She is trying to climb, and I don't know. I guess she got stuck. Anyways, so today is my day off. So I am planning to put together the custom portrait baby and get the tree decorated. I was originally planning to go out to the mall because there's a new Christmas decoration that I wanted to buy to add to my collection, but it's quite cold and I kind of ended up sleeping in because I just didn't have a good night. My knees were really sore, so I slept in, and so there's really no time, and my main goal is to get the tree decorated today and the custom ready, so I don't think I'll be going out. But I will show you when I put my custom baby together. Alright guys, well, I have put together the custom baby. She is finished. And I'm still not 100% sure on this body. When I first ordered the kit, she came with a shorter body that had a really weird looking neck. It made her neck look elongated, which I hated. And also she has these really like skinny long arms, and the short body made her arms like go all the way down to here almost. So I had a different body made for her that was a little bit longer, but I'm still not sure that it's the right body for her, because what it is she has a really small head. If you can see it against my hand, that is a really small head. And the body to me looks a little bit, maybe a titch too long, but it's also very wide. And I really tried my best not to overstuff her. You know, her mommy wanted her to be as close to 4 pounds as I could get, but with the body being so small and everything, I could really only get about 2 pounds because I didn't want her to be like stiff from the weighting. And then I just tried not to put, like I put enough stuffing that she's squishy and she's movable, and you know, when you pick her up, you can, like, you know, she's squishy, she's flexible. I wouldn't call her overstuffed, but if I took out any more stuffing, she would just be a little bit, like, too squishy. But she's very wide. Like, for the size of her head, I just am not 100% sure on this body. So I am going to send pictures to my customer and see what she thinks, and I'm going to explain the situation and see what she thinks. If she's happy with her, so that's totally fine. If not, then I think I'm going to try Spearson doll bodies, and I'm going to, that way I can send them the measurements of the arms and everything, and they'll make something in proportion, because for one thing, I know that the body will be skinnier. And also they might even make the top part of the arms a little bit skinnier, because look how skinny her arms are. But anyways, in terms of the painting, she's really cute. The real baby, I'll show you pictures, but she had a lot of red markings on her eyelids, and she had some red markings here in her going home pictures. because she was a preemie and she was on oxygen. So I think the oxygen maybe had left these little red markings on her. So I thought I would put that. She was very veiny and had thin skin in here because she was a preemie. Here is her hair. Here's her hair. And she's got some veining in her head. And she's got a little swirl. And she's pretty much got the same color hair as my niece's doll. It was funny because as I finished up my niece's doll and was looking at the hair color and then looking at the pictures of the portrait baby I was doing, it looked like similar hair color. So before I started painting this hair, I sent my customer the picture of Morgan's baby, and she said, yes, that's the exact color. So I did the exact same color. She's got very, this lighting is bad because I'm getting shadows, but she's got very fine painted eyebrows as well. But yeah, I don't know. I'll see what the customer says, what her new mommy says. Like 1 minute I think it's not that bad, and then the next minute I'm like, no, I just really think that because her head is so small, this body just looks too fat. And I mean, yeah, I could take some stuffing out, but it's still not going to change the fact that the body itself is wide. Because but yeah, you know, like if I take stuffing out, then what's going to happen is there's going to be excess fabric in the body, and she'll just be way too squishy, and she just won't have much shape to her. And you know, like, you don't want to stuff the body to the brim because you want it to be soft and squishy and flexible, but you also don't want to have very little stuffing where there's excess fabric like left over in the body. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just definitely, it's so wide and her head is so small. But I don't know, I mean, in pictures and video it doesn't look that bad, but in person it's bugging me. I just feel like her body is too long and too wide. I don't know. I believe I have to look again online to see, but I believe completed she's supposed to be a 15-inch kit or a 16-inch, which I believe this body makes her that, but it's just not working. And I threw out the original body that she came with that was shorter, because it was just horrible quality anyway. It had this weird, see how the head attaches at the neck there? Well, it had an extra piece of like fabric there, and so it added to her neck, and it made her neck look, I don't know, it was like an ET neck or something. So even if I wanted, like, even if I still had that body, I wouldn't use it just because it's shorter. I wouldn't have used it. It was just a horrible body all around. So I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait and see what her mommy says, and we'll figure it out. But at least, in a sense, she's finished. We just have to figure out if we need to change out the body. And if not, then I just have to get her shipped and ready to go. So for now, the rest of the day, I'm going to focus on decorating the tree. And I probably won't do too much filming because I get in a zone when I'm decorating. I have like a whole system. And the very first thing that I put on is the garland on the tree. And I'm very picky about it. I'm very OCD with my tree. It has to be shaped just so. I like to shape it so that there's no big gaps without any green showing. And then once I have it all shaped like the way I want, Then I put this tinsel, let me show you guys. I put this tinsel garland around it, and there's 2 strands, and that is the hardest part for me for decorating the tree, because I like it to be evenly distributed all the way down the tree so that both of the strands will fit exactly around the tree, so that the end, like the tail, where it ends, lands at the back of the tree, so that you don't see that it just suddenly cuts off. So usually it takes a couple of tries to do. I usually reference last year's tree because I take a picture of it every year. And this is something that I get from my mom, totally. She used to use pictures of the tree from the previous year to decorate the next year, and she was very particular about where to place certain ornaments and not to have too many certain colors grouped together, and she totally passed it on to me. And it was funny, like growing up, I would try to help decorate the tree, but usually if I placed an ornament somewhere on the tree, she would go and move it later to where she wanted it. So when I got my own place, when Alex and I moved in here, I was so excited to decorate my own tree and do it all by myself. And I must say, I have learned well. And my mom was impressed too. So I do exactly the same thing. So I have like a whole system. So I'll start with the garland. Once it's on, then I usually start with the Christmas balls, like the little balls. And I like to go around and space those out. And again, I try not to do like too many red ones together or green ones. I like to like space it out so there's different colors. And then once all of the balls are put on and everything, that's when I start with my actual ornaments that are like the character type ornaments, like, you know, like the National Lampoon Christmas and, you know, like characters. I'm not, and I like trees that have colored lights over just white lights, and I am not the type to do like, you know, one tree all in like silver and white and blue or something like that. I like a mishmash of stuff. I like the Christmas ornaments that are meaningful, like they represent a memory in my life, you know, be it like I have a Rainbow Bright ornament from the 80s. I have Kermit the Frog. I have like all these ornaments that remind me of my childhood. I have ornaments in memory of my cousin. I have ornaments to remember my wedding, our first Christmas together, things like that. And it's just a mishmash of fun things to look at. And basically, I kind of call it like a child's tree in a sense, because to me, kids, when I was a kid, I liked looking at ornaments that had characters, that had little things, that it wasn't just Christmas balls and that was it. I liked to look at the little figurines and characters and stuff. And I am a child at heart, obviously, since I still play with dolls. So it just makes sense to me. So I'm going to do my tree. Maybe I'll like take some little snippets throughout as I go and finish each stage. And then I'll show you the end result. Alright guys, well, I finally got the garland on, and it didn't take me as long as usual. I got about halfway down and realized it wasn't going to work, so then took it off and started again. And then I was following my picture from last year, and it helped me just like kind of see where each layer had to go. And then what happened is it came right to here and it stopped. So then I realized that I had excess, and so I just started to pull it tight and went all the way around, and it got tighter and tighter, and it gave me just enough to end it right behind the tree. Woohoo! Also, the top section of our tree usually leans forward, and so what I've always been doing is putting heavier ornaments at the back to kind of weigh it down, and it helps a little bit but doesn't get rid of it. So this year I was like, the hell with it, I'm going to really try and think of something to get rid of the leaning and the tree. So I reached in to the very base of the top section where it connects, and I just grabbed it really hard and I bent it, and it worked. It like totally straightened it out. And I believe I may have done that 2 Christmases ago, because my mom came over and she was like, hey, your tree is actually straight this year. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I couldn't remember what I had done. And I'm thinking maybe that's what I did, and just, you know, lupus fog, I forgot. But whatever, it worked. So our tree is nice and straight. It's not leaning forward. So now I don't really have to worry about what ornaments to put at the back to weigh it down. But yeah, the fields we go, laughing all the way, ha ha ha, bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Woo! So, the tree is done. We just have to put the angel on, but I took a break to have dinner. Aleks is having this hot cocoa mix with mini marshmallows. That is 2 years old. 2 years old? It's from Star Wars. He got it with this set of Star Wars mugs. I don't know about that. That looks what do you think there? It said that it had milk and soy in it. Let's just hope you don't get sick.
I might dump this actually.
You might dump it?
There's not much taste to it.
It looks weird. The marshmallows look weird.
There's not much taste.
Oh, okay. There you have it, folks. Two-year-old hot chocolate mix. Star Wars hot chocolate mix. Here's a quick view of the tree. I'll give you a more close-up look in another video, but I'm gonna put the star on top. I mean, the angel on top. And funny story, growing up, my mom and I had a like really old vintage cheap angel. Like, you're talking like cheap as they come. But it was our special angel, and so in keeping with that tradition, I bought my own cheap angel. Looks a lot nicer than the one my mom had, but it's from the dollar store, so it's cheap. All right, I'm gonna put it on. Here we go. Here's the cheap angel going on top of the tree. And it's gonna fall backwards, I know it. It always does. I have to like adjust the branch. Like I said, cheap angel. Come on, stay straight. Is that good? I think that's good. There she is. Our tree is complete. Now for the tree lighting. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Ooh, ah, our pretty tree. Merry Christmas, everybody. Oh. Okay guys, to end off today's video, it's Advent calendar time. We have to do day 3, which means that after we eat this chocolate, there will be 21 days until Christmas. So I have Jeremy with me. He's gonna help me open it. These things are hard to find, the numbers too. Here we go. Here's number 3. Hey, I can finally make out what it is this time. It's a candle. Right? I would say it's a candle. It's a candle, Jeremy. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys. Good morning everybody. It is December the 1st, and guess what Grace found? Look who's come to visit us. It's a little elf. Appears to be a girl elf, and it looks like she's joined in with the